Okay, another day on the bathroom. Made some good progress here on the floor. I've only got certain tiles glued down at the moment, or cemented in at the moment, for various reasons. One, I needed to get the tiles under the legs of the cabinet because I've got a shower screen guy coming on Thursday, and these two tiles here, this one and this one, needed to be down because the screen is going to go just in here up to the edge of the vanity. So he needed a level area to be able to measure his heights. So what I've got in is I've got this one in and this one. I've got this one here that I'm standing on, and this one, and we've got this one and this one in. Tonight I'm hoping to get these two in. I'm hoping to get these two in, and all the cuts along the edge of the bath I'm hoping to get done. I've got these 6 tiles in here, and I made a bit of a screw up here. I actually measured this wrong. It's right here, but it's not right here. It's too short. I don't know how I got the measurement wrong, but maybe I was thinking that I had to allow for architrave, but there's no architrave here. And I can't really put it in because of this trim here, it will bulge out. So I've got to finish the architrave here, and what I'll have to do is rip this tile up and cut another tile to the same length as this one here. All these edges need to be finished yet. I've just done all the cutting, I haven't done any grinding yet. So all the ones around the bath that I've just cut, I haven't ground them. So you can see the white edge all the way along. So we'll get them ground up later. And one other thing is I've got a bit of an issue with the door. This corner catches right about there. Now the tile's level. I think either the door frame's out because I'm not a carpenter, or this door was planed by the previous owner that I bought it off, and it was planed to suit his house. So it's not much, like it starts to get tight there, but it's good here. Clearance is really good here, so I don't have to take much off. Just buzz the bottom of that a little bit. It's probably only about 3 mil or something, so that's all good. I'm getting tight on tiles again, as I did with the wall. I ran out, but I managed to order another. Was supposed to be 2 packets, but they only ordered 1, which I wasn't very happy about. So now I'm pushing it really close for floor tiles. Now I've basically got everything covered in here now except for the threshold tiles. Now the threshold tiles, I obviously need 2 for there, but I can get it out of 1 tile because I have a clean face along this edge, and I'll have a clean face along this edge, so I can get out of 1 tile. I can get 2 cuts. So I need 1, and for that door there I need 2. Now I'm left with 3 tiles, 2 of which I'll need for the threshold, and I've got 1 spare. Now if I break anything in the shower basin area here, where all these cuts, where all these numbers are for the cuts, if I break anything, I've only got the 1 tile. So my plan is tomorrow to go and order a box of wall tiles and a box of floor tiles. I'm going to lay everything that I can and cut everything that I can, but not lay the threshold tiles until the very end. That way I'm at least keeping 2 just in case my tiles take longer to turn up than I expect. So I can still get away with not having any tiles there, just at the door, and same there. It's no big deal, but I think that's a safe call, not to cut those ones yet. So so far everything on the floor has gone so good. You know, touch wood. The walls are a lot more difficult. The walls aren't straight for a start. Now over here, you'll see how far the wall is out. You'll see that we basically go from nearly nothing here. I'll get out of the shadow. Basically nothing here to a bit of a space in the corner there. So normally I put one of these plastic crosses down behind here to allow for the mortar joint, but up in that corner there it's about 2. It's the wall's slightly out, which is not unusual in this house, because another thing I noticed today, which I actually had noticed a long time back, was the trim here for this threshold. As you can see, I didn't lay this floor myself, I had some guys do it, but if you have a look here, there's a big piece cut out here, and then here there's hardly anything. And I imagine, if I remember rightly, it went in like that. That's how they did it. So there's only a little bit there and a bigger piece here. Now I've just got out my ruler or my straight edge, and I've drawn a line right from the edge here to here. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you can see the pen line. There's about 10 millimeters difference there. So the entire, what they've done is they've run the board off the wall here and off the wall here, and then they've cut this to suit. And but I'm going to correct this. I'm going to bring this around. I'm only going to have the trim running between here, not actually going around the corner. I'm going to have it running pretty much centered like that. So I'm quite lucky. I can cut these ends off and they won't. I can still use this piece. So that'll go in, and I'll end up with a nice straight clean finish here at the edge of the door. But that just goes to show how badly this house is out of plumb and level. It's just terrible. They didn't care back in the day. These days there's a bit more, there's tougher building regulations and quality control. Back in the day there wasn't much of that. You could get away with a lot of stuff, and trying to build a brand new room off an existing room, these are the challenges that you're going to sort of run into. You're not going to have perfectly square corners. So, but it is what it is. The thing's looking clean now. I'm pretty happy. I'm hoping to cut all these cuts during the week. It's Monday evening, so I've got Tuesday ruled out. I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday get all these cut, and do it really slowly and carefully. And then Saturday I'm planning to then lay the shower base, because this is the most difficult part of it because of the angles. Everything has to run into the center and has to drain perfectly. So these are just all sitting there at the moment. This is my dry, what they call the dry layout, just to make sure that I've got everything the way I want it. We've got the grate will sit roughly about there. I've already marked that tile out there, so the grate will be about there. So yeah, we're getting very close now. So I'll get all this tiled up in the next week, get everything grouted, finish the wall grouting off, finish the floor grouting off. Then we'll work on the taps. We'll work on cutting the thread back on the shower rows, for the shower rows, and we'll work on cutting the thread back for the spout on the bath. Then I'll get some silicone around the bathtub, right around the bathtub, and we will be extremely close. Oh yeah, and buzz the door too. Got to do the door, and skirting boards, architrave. So there's not that much of that to put in. There's a piece behind the door. There's a piece underneath the towel rack here. There's a piece just along here, and there's one piece to go in there, and that's it. So I've got 4 pieces. They're all cut, painted, and all the nails are already inserted, ready to just knock them home. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it here, guys, because I've been rambling on for far too long over such a small thing, but I hope you like what you see. Cheers.